Well, hello there. Today I'll be talking about Alex Kidd in Miracle World DX. This game is a 2D platformer that was developed by the Spanish studio Jankenteam and published by Merge Games. It was released June 23rd in Korea. It's a HD remake of the original game from Sega that was released on the Sega Master System in 1987. Is this remake worth your time? Let's find out. But first, let's take a look at the physical copy released here in Korea. It comes with a keychain. It also includes a mini manual, which looks like an original Master System game manual. But the best by far is the reversible cover, which replicates the look of the original game's box art. This is such a good idea. Finally, the game is rated A for all age groups, of course. The MSRP is 35,000 won. Well, if you haven't played Alex Kidd before, it was kind of Sega's answer to Mario. Sega wanted to make Alex different by giving him the ability to punch. Alex also gathers money and he's able to buy items and vehicles. Using items was a novelty compared to the first Super Mario Bros. Game. The original Alex Kidd had vibrant colors. The game's soundtrack had many recognizable tunes, especially the first level's track that was an absolute Sega classic. The game also had a rock, scissors, paper minigame that you played against mini-bosses. To finish a level, Alex had to pick up an onigiri. In the remaster, you can change that to a Spanish omelette, fish and chips, or a hamburger. Alright, so what about the remake? Well, first of all, by pressing the right trigger button, you can switch to the original game. That's quite cool, and it allows us to see the differences between both versions in a snap. This is reminiscent of the Wonder Boy 3 remake that came out in 2017. It's important to note though that what I call the original game here is not actually the real Master System's version, but one in which the developer added some new elements like new dialogues and new boss fights. It's basically the remake's version but in glorious 8-bit style. Okay, so I didn't play this game in 10 years. Let's see. For starters, the game is really difficult. One hit, you die. Nothing special here, especially for an 8-bit game, but the jumping is not really that accurate, and Alex is quite slippery. It adds to the difficulty. There are cheap trap boxes that can freeze Alex. Other traps summon ghosts that follow and kill you. They are extremely annoying. The RPS game is also cheap because you win by luck basically. If you lose, you die. Later, you can pick up an item that'll make the minigame much easier though. The remake adds an option for infinite lives, which is a wonderful addition. I'm unashamed to say that it took me only 5 minutes to turn this on. The remake is beautiful. It obviously adds a lot of details and gives a lot more personality to the original 8-bit world. As a matter of fact, they even changed Alex Kidd a bit by making his long scarf flow behind him when he jumps. It's a really nice addition. He looks great and his animation is smooth and detailed. The devs also added weather effects in some levels. And here are some cool items you can find in the game. Jankenteam set out to remake the game, and that's what they did. They added some dialogue and cutscenes to flesh out the story a bit. They also added some levels. The soundtrack was remixed with some Spanish guitars and Latin influences. It's fine, no complaints here. The devs added a boss rush mode and also a classic mode if you want to replay the real Master System version without any additions. But they also didn't really change the core game, which is either a good or a bad thing. Depends on what one expects from a remake. I loved the original game when it came out, so for me the remake is fine. I had no expectations. It's fun to see a beloved classic with a new shiny skin. I'm giving it a 7 out of 10. But if you're new to the Alex Kidd series, your score might very well be a 5 or 6. I would have liked more additions, maybe tweak some gameplay elements and level designs. It would have been great to see a gallery of characters and production sketches from the remake and the original. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.